Ladies and gentlemen, all right, ladies, let's talk about something every woman wants to know. How to send a text that makes a man's heart skip a beat. Now, I know some of y'all are thinking, texting, really? Is it that deep? Oh, trust me, it is. You ever wonder why some messages make a man grin ear to ear while others get ghosted faster than a bad date? It's not about writing a love poem or sending a million emojis. It's about sending the right kind of message that hits him right where it counts. See, men might act all tough, but deep down they crave certain words that make them feel valued, respected, and wanted. The right text can make him smile at his phone like a fool, replay it in his mind all day, and even brag about it to his boys. On the flip side, the wrong text can turn him off faster than cold soup. Here's the deal. You don't need a degree in psychology to understand what makes a man tick. You just need to know what really speaks to him, what makes him feel like he's Superman even when he's having the worst day. Today, I'm breaking down 6 types of text that men absolutely love. I'm talking about the kind of messages that keep him hooked, thinking about you long after the screen goes dark. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to make your words work for you, and trust me, he'll be hanging on to every single one. Stick around because this could change your whole game. Make him feel appreciated and respected. If you want a man to feel truly valued, it starts with showing him appreciation and respect through your words and actions. Men, like everyone else, have a deep need to feel that what they do matters and that they are not just seen but celebrated. It doesn't have to be something extravagant or overly elaborate. The small, simple acknowledgments of his efforts go a long way in making him feel important. When you send a text that acknowledges something he's done, it sends a clear message. I see you and I appreciate you. It could be something as small as thanking him for taking the time to help with something, or even for being there for you when you needed him most. It's not just about the big, grand gestures. It's about the everyday moments that build a sense of respect and value. A simple, thank you for helping me with that, I really appreciate it, or I love how you always make sure everything is taken care of, can resonate deeply with him, especially if it's sincere. For men, being respected isn't just about admiration for their accomplishments. It's also about feeling like their efforts, their strengths, and their presence are noticed and valued. They want to feel like they're contributing to something greater than themselves. And when their partner notices those contributions, it reinforces their sense of purpose. It's not always about receiving a reward for what they've done, but about knowing that their partner sees the effort and is genuinely grateful. When you make a man feel respected, you're giving him a safe space to open up and be his true self. No one wants to feel like they're walking on eggshells or that their actions are constantly scrutinized. When you show appreciation for the little things he does, it strengthens his confidence and creates a sense of trust. He knows that no matter what, you're on his side, valuing him for who he is and not just for what he can do for you. This kind of respect creates a healthy balance in the relationship where both parties feel acknowledged and supported. Moreover, expressing your respect doesn't mean just acknowledging what he does for you. It also means respecting his feelings, opinions, and individuality. Men appreciate being heard and understood. When you text him to check in on how he's doing or to ask for his thoughts on something important to you, it shows him that you value his input. It's easy to get caught up in your own thoughts and emotions, but when you take the time to include him in your world, you're showing that you respect his voice and his perspective. Respect also means recognizing his boundaries and giving him the space he needs. This doesn't mean being distant or cold. It simply means acknowledging that he has a right to his own time and space just as you do. A text that shows you understand his need for downtime that you're okay with giving him some breathing room can strengthen the relationship. Take your time. I know you've had a long day. I'm here when you're ready is a message that says, I respect you enough to let you have your space without taking it personally. Appreciation and respect also play a huge role in how he perceives his value in the relationship. When he feels like a priority and his presence is appreciated, it makes him more likely to put in the effort to be present for you in the future. He'll feel motivated to keep making sure you're happy, and that kind of positive reinforcement builds a deeper, more meaningful connection. There's a reason why people often say that respect is the foundation of any relationship. It's because without it, trust, communication, and love can easily begin to falter. When respect is mutual and openly acknowledged, it paves the way for a partnership that feels strong, secure, and balanced. Men want to know that their efforts, big or small, are seen and valued. They want to feel like they're contributing to the relationship in meaningful ways. And when they receive appreciation for that, it strengthens their desire to continue investing in the relationship. Remember, it's not just about giving him praise when he does something extraordinary. It's about recognizing the everyday things that show his commitment, care, and love. By making him feel appreciated and respected, you're fostering a bond that goes beyond surface-level affection. You're building a connection that is deep, rooted in mutual admiration, and centered around understanding and valuing one another. In the end, these simple texts can do wonders for nurturing a healthy, lasting relationship where both people feel truly seen and valued for who they are. Send playful and flirty messages. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to keep the spark alive in a relationship is through playful, flirty texts. These messages are a way to show your attraction without being overly serious or formal. They add a sense of fun and lightheartedness to the dynamic between you and your partner. And this type of communication can do wonders for keeping the connection fresh and exciting. Men, just like women, enjoy a little flirtation. It's a way of showing that you're still interested, still attracted, and that you're enjoying each other's company even when you're apart. Flirty texts can range from a light tease to a bold compliment, but the key is to keep it fun and spontaneous. They don't have to be complicated or overthought. The goal is to remind him that you still find him irresistible. A simple, I can't stop thinking about how good you looked today, or you have no idea how much I'm looking forward to seeing you later, can go a long way in sparking his excitement. These kinds of messages keep him thinking about you and excited for what's to come. It's a way of reigniting that initial spark and showing him that the attraction hasn't faded, no matter how long you've been together. When you send a flirty text, you're also subtly reinforcing the idea that you're still in the game, still playful, and still fully invested in making the relationship fun. It's easy for things to get mundane or routine as time goes on, especially when life gets busy. However, sending playful messages reminds both of you that you're more than just partners. You're two people who enjoy each other's company and have fun together. Flirting isn't just for the early stages of a relationship. It should be something that continues even when things become more serious or comfortable. If anything, it becomes even more important as the relationship matures because it keeps things from getting stale. Flirty texts also allow you to be more creative and express your personality. Whether it's sending him a playful challenge like, I bet I can make you smile before the end of the day, or something a little cheeky like, I was just thinking about how good it feels to kiss you. These texts show him that you're thinking about him in a fun, sexy way. It's a chance for you to inject a little humor and flirtation into the relationship, which is key for maintaining emotional and physical attraction. It creates a sense of anticipation and keeps him on his toes making him excited about the next message, the next encounter, or the next date. The beauty of flirty messages is that they're not confined to a certain context. They can work anytime, whether you're apart for a long time, in the middle of a busy day, or simply just want to remind him that he's still the one who makes your heart race. You can send these messages when he's at work, letting him know you're thinking about him, or even when he's had a rough day, just to lighten the mood and make him smile. It shows him that you're emotionally engaged, that you think about him even in the small moments, and that you're keeping the flame alive. Another reason flirty texts work so well is that they allow you to communicate desire in a playful way without being too intense or overwhelming. Desire is a natural part of any relationship, but if it's always serious or focused on physical intimacy, it can feel forced. Flirty texts let you express that desire in a more subtle, fun way. It's not just about the end result, but about creating an experience where both of you can play along, tease each other, and build anticipation. Sending these types of messages isn't just about boosting his ego either. It's a way to create an ongoing emotional connection that goes beyond just spending time together physically. When you send flirty texts, you're letting him know that you're thinking about him and his appeal even when you're not right next to him. It adds a deeper layer to the relationship because it's rooted in the emotional connection you've built. Playful, teasing, compliments, and flirtation show him that you value him as a person, not just a partner. And let's be real for a moment. Men like to feel desired too. The same way that women love receiving compliments, attention, and affection, men love to feel like they are the object of your affection, especially when you make it fun and lighthearted. A flirty text can go a long way in boosting his self-esteem, reminding him that you find him attractive and that the chemistry between you is still strong. The bottom line is this: flirtation isn't just for the early stages of a relationship. If anything, it's more important as time goes on because it shows you're still invested in keeping the spark alive. It adds excitement, fun, and a sense of anticipation to your communication, making sure that the connection between you both stays fresh and strong. A well-timed, playful text can remind him why he fell for you in the first place and remind you both why you're still excited to be together. So don't hold back. Keep the flirtation going and watch your bond grow even stronger. Send supportive and encouraging texts. One of the most powerful things you can do for a man is to show him support through your words, especially when he's facing challenges or pursuing his goals. Men, like anyone else, appreciate knowing that their partner believes in them, especially during tough times. Life isn't always smooth sailing, and sometimes men feel the weight of the world on their shoulders, whether it's work stress, personal struggles, or doubts about their abilities. During these moments, receiving a message of encouragement can make all the difference. When you send a supportive text, you're letting him know that you're in his corner no matter what. It's a simple but impactful way of showing that you see his efforts, that you understand his struggles, and that you believe in his ability to overcome whatever comes his way. Sending a text that says, "I know you've got this," or "You're doing great, keep pushing forward," can help build his confidence and remind him that he's not alone. These kinds of messages let him know that you're not only paying attention to his accomplishments, but also to his feelings and his journey. It's easy to get wrapped up in the day-to-day routine of life, but a supportive text shows him that you care about his well-being and his success, both inside and outside of the relationship. It's not just about encouraging him to succeed. It's about showing that you're there for him when things don't go as planned. Men need reassurance just like women do, and your words can provide the emotional boost he needs to keep going, even when the going gets tough. Supportive text can also help strengthen the emotional connection between you. When you take the time to check in and ask how he's feeling or if he needs any encouragement, it shows that you're invested in his emotional health. It's about going beyond surface level conversations and creating a deeper level of intimacy where he feels comfortable sharing his challenges and triumphs with you. Whether it's a tough day at work or a personal issue, receiving a message like, "I'm proud of how you handled that today," or "I'm here for you," no matter what, reinforces that you're a team. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world around him. He knows he has someone by his side who is unwavering in their support. Encouraging words can also serve as a reminder of his strengths and talents, especially when he's feeling uncertain or down. Men can be their own worst critics, and sometimes they need to hear from someone they trust that they're capable and worthy of success. Your message doesn't have to be elaborate or over the top. Even a simple, "I believe in you," can go a long way. The power of belief is incredible when a man knows that someone close to him has faith in his abilities. It gives him the courage to push forward, take risks, and try harder. It's a gift to offer him that kind of emotional security, to let him know that even in the face of failure or difficulty, you're there with unwavering support. This kind of encouragement not only builds his confidence, but also deepens the emotional connection between you both. Sending these texts consistently helps create a relationship dynamic built on mutual support. It shows him that you're not just there for the good times, but that you're also a steady source of strength when things get tough. It also demonstrates that you're committed to his personal growth, both as a partner and as an individual. Men appreciate it when their partner is genuinely interested in their development, whether that's in their career, hobbies, or personal life. When you acknowledge his efforts, whether big or small, it reinforces the idea that you are proud of him and his journey, and that you're invested in seeing him succeed. It's important to recognize that supportive texts don't always have to be about solving problems or offering advice. Sometimes the best way to support him is simply to let him know you're there, ready to listen or provide comfort. Texts like, "If you ever need to talk, I'm here," or "You don't have to go through this alone," can provide a sense of relief and reassurance that he's not facing his challenges in isolation. It's not about having all the answers. It's about creating a safe space for him to express himself and knowing that you'll be there to lift him up no matter what. When you send supportive and encouraging texts, you're not just boosting his confidence in the moment. You're building a foundation for long-term emotional intimacy. You're showing that you are a reliable source of comfort and belief in his abilities, which strengthens the overall bond between you. Every time you reach out with a thoughtful, uplifting message, you reinforce the idea that you're not just in the relationship for the good times, but you're committed to supporting him through the ups and downs of life. Ultimately, men need to know they are seen, heard, and appreciated for who they are and what they contribute to the relationship. A simple message of support can remind him that no matter what he's facing, he has someone who believes in him and is cheering him on. That kind of encouragement is priceless. It motivates him to continue pursuing his goals, reassures him that he's not alone, and fosters a deeper sense of trust and love in the relationship. It's not just about words. It's about showing that you genuinely care about his well-being and success, and that you're there to stand by his side every step of the way. Send texts that show you're thinking about him. One of the most meaningful ways to connect with a man through texting is by sending messages that show you're thinking about him throughout the day. It's easy to get caught up in our busy lives, but when you make the effort to reach out, even if just for a moment, it shows that he's on your mind. Men appreciate knowing that you are actively thinking of them. It's a small gesture that can have a big impact on the emotional connection in your relationship. A message like, "I just saw something that reminded me of you," or "I hope you're having a great day," can make him feel valued and loved, reminding him that even when you're apart, you're still emotionally invested. What's powerful about these kinds of texts is that they remind him that you are paying attention to him and his life. It's not about sending a text to fulfill an obligation or because you feel like you should. It's about expressing genuine interest in his well-being and making him feel special. The little things often mean more than we think. When you send him a text telling him you were thinking about something he said, or that a song you heard made you think of him, it's a simple yet powerful way to show him that he occupies a space in your thoughts. It tells him that he's not just another person in your life. He's someone who matters to you on a deeper level. When you reach out with these thoughtful messages, it creates a sense of intimacy that strengthens the relationship. These texts make him feel seen, heard, and remembered, which can deepen the emotional bond. It's not just about checking in to see how his day is going. It's about showing that you are actively thinking about how he's doing, how he's feeling, and what's going on in his world. A message like, "I've been thinking about our weekend plans all day. I can't wait to see you." Or, "I hope your meeting went well. I know how important it was for you," shows that you care not just about the big moments, but the small details of his life. These types of messages also show that you're invested in his thoughts and emotions. Men often like to feel that their partner notices how they're doing, that they're more than just someone to share a home with or a bed. When you send texts that reflect your attention to the little things, it shows that you recognize the value he brings to the relationship and that you're not just going through the motions. You care about what's going on with him, and that makes a world of difference in how he feels about you. It lets him know that you're not distracted or disinterested, but rather that you're fully engaged in the relationship. This type of thoughtful texting also builds anticipation and excitement. For example, texting him in the morning with something like, "Can't wait to see you tonight," or "I'm already planning our date for this weekend," can leave him looking forward to the next time you'll be together. These messages not only show that you're thinking of him, but also set the tone for future moments that you're both excited about. It's a reminder that there's more to look forward to in your connection, and it keeps the relationship dynamic by sparking excitement and curiosity about the time you'll spend together. On the flip side, sending texts that show you're thinking about him also demonstrate your emotional availability. It lets him know that you're there for him even when you're not physically present. When he's had a tough day or is dealing with stress, a simple message saying, "I'm thinking of you," or "I'm here if you need to talk," can be incredibly comforting. It shows him that you're not just present for the good times, but that you're emotionally available to support him when he needs it most. This kind of text makes him feel that he can lean on you, that you're not just a distant partner, but someone who cares about his emotional needs. Being thoughtful in your text also provides a sense of reassurance. Life can sometimes feel overwhelming, and when a man knows he has someone who's thinking about him, it reinforces his sense of security in the relationship. He doesn't have to worry about where he stands with you because your messages consistently remind him that he's an important part of your life. It's about showing him through words that no matter how busy things get, you're still there for him. It's a beautiful way to remind him that he's loved and that he matters, and those words can have a lasting impact long after the text has been sent. Finally, sending texts that show you're thinking about him helps to create a deeper emotional connection. It's one thing to say, "I love you," But it's something entirely different to send a message that shows you're actively thinking about him in your day-to-day life. These texts aren't just routine, they're a reflection of the ongoing emotional bond you're building together. When he feels consistently seen and appreciated through your messages, it strengthens the foundation of the relationship, fostering a deeper sense of connection, trust, and intimacy between you both. It's the small gestures like these that can turn a relationship from good to great. And it all starts with letting him know that in the middle of everything going on in your life, he's always in your thoughts. Send texts that express your appreciation and gratitude. One of the most powerful ways to make a man feel loved and valued is by expressing your appreciation for him, both for who he is and for the things he does. Men often work hard to provide, protect, and be there for their partners, and receiving recognition for their efforts can make all the difference in strengthening the emotional connection. When you take the time to send a text that acknowledges his efforts or expresses gratitude for the little things he does, it reinforces the idea that you truly value him. It's easy to overlook the everyday acts of kindness, hard work, and commitment, but when you send a message of appreciation, you remind him that you see and appreciate everything he contributes to the relationship. A simple "Thank you for always being there for me," or "I really appreciate how hard you work to make sure everything runs smoothly," can go a long way. These types of messages show that you are paying attention to the small details, whether it's his efforts in keeping the relationship strong, supporting you emotionally, or taking care of things at home or work. It's not about grand gestures or big moments. It's about acknowledging the day-to-day efforts that often go unnoticed. By expressing gratitude for these things, you make him feel seen and valued for everything he does, not just the big moments of success or excitement. When you send texts that express appreciation, it reinforces a sense of mutual respect and admiration in the relationship. Men want to feel respected, and they also want to feel like their efforts are being recognized and valued. Often, relationships can slip into a pattern of taking things for granted, where both partners assume that the other knows they are appreciated. However, taking the extra step to send a heartfelt message of thanks can make him feel that his contributions are not just expected, but truly cherished. This can create a stronger emotional bond and deepen the connection between you. Expressing gratitude through texting also has the added benefit of boosting his confidence. Men like to feel that they're doing a good job, whether it's at work, in the relationship, or in other areas of their lives. When you acknowledge the things he does and express your appreciation, you're giving him positive reinforcement that encourages him to continue being the man you admire. It's a gentle reminder that his efforts don't go unnoticed and that you're grateful for him, which can lead to an increased sense of fulfillment and happiness in the relationship. Furthermore, showing appreciation through text is a way to create a positive emotional environment in your relationship. It fosters a culture of gratitude where both partners are more likely to recognize and appreciate each other's contributions. It's easy to get caught up in the stresses and challenges of life, but by sending a text of appreciation, you create a moment of warmth and connection that can break up the routine of everyday life. This helps to maintain a positive, loving atmosphere between you and him, making the relationship more enjoyable and fulfilling for both parties. It's also important to remember that expressing gratitude isn't just about the big accomplishments. Men appreciate when you notice the smaller acts of kindness, the efforts they put into making you happy, or the little things they do to make life easier for you. Whether it's a text that says, "I'm so grateful for the way you listen to me," or "Thank you for always making time for me," these messages show that you are mindful of his actions and the way he shows love. These smaller expressions of appreciation can have a profound impact on the relationship because they remind him that you recognize the ongoing effort he makes to nurture your connection. When you make a habit of sending messages that express appreciation, it also helps to nurture a healthier and more balanced relationship. Appreciation creates a positive feedback loop. When a man feels appreciated, he's more likely to reciprocate that feeling by doing even more to make you happy and fulfill the needs of the relationship. This mutual appreciation helps both partners feel more satisfied in the relationship as they both recognize that their contributions are valued. In turn, it strengthens the bond between you, making the relationship more secure, loving, and respectful. Additionally, sending texts of gratitude can help build a sense of security and trust in the relationship, knowing that you recognize and appreciate his efforts. Both big and small builds a foundation of trust that makes the relationship feel more stable. When he feels that you see the best in him and appreciate his role in the relationship, it helps him feel secure and less likely to take things for granted. This creates a positive, supportive environment where both partners feel good about the relationship and are motivated to continue nurturing it. In the long run, expressing appreciation for your partner through text messages is not just about making him feel good in the moment. It's about cultivating an atmosphere of love, respect, and admiration that benefits both of you. It's a simple yet powerful way to build a strong emotional connection that lasts. These texts are a reminder of the good things he brings to your life and that you don't take him for granted. By consistently sending messages that express gratitude, you're investing in the health of your relationship, reinforcing the love and care that exists between you and reminding him that he's valued every single day. Send texts that make him laugh. Humor is one of the most powerful tools for building connection in any relationship. When you send a text that makes a man laugh, you're doing more than just brightening his day. You're building a sense of fun, lightheartedness, and joy that strengthens the bond between you both. Laughter has a unique way of breaking down walls and creating a sense of ease, making it easier for both of you to feel comfortable and open with each other. Men, like everyone else, appreciate humor, and when you can make him laugh, it shows that you know how to bring joy into the relationship. It's one of the easiest ways to connect emotionally, while also ensuring that the relationship doesn't feel too heavy or serious all the time. Sending funny texts is a way to show that you're not just a partner, but also someone who can bring a sense of lightness and fun into his life. A simple, witty message can change the tone of his day, offering a much-needed break from whatever stress or challenges he's facing. Whether it's a funny observation about something you saw, a playful tease, or a joke that makes him laugh out loud, these messages create an atmosphere of positivity and joy. Humor, especially the kind that comes from understanding each other's quirks and personalities, strengthens the emotional bond by allowing you to be your true selves around one another. It's a form of intimacy that goes beyond the surface, creating a deeper connection through shared moments of laughter. There's also a sense of security that comes with being able to laugh together. When a man can share a genuine laugh with his partner, it reinforces the idea that he's in a safe and supportive environment. Humor allows both of you to be yourselves without fear of judgment or tension. It provides a sense of comfort and ease, and that feeling of comfort is essential in any relationship. Sending him a funny text is a way of showing him that you can take life's challenges lightly, and that together you can get through anything with a smile. It gives him a break from the pressures of daily life and reminds him that the relationship doesn't always have to be serious or intense. Sometimes just being able to laugh together creates a stronger sense of closeness. Sending texts that make him laugh also demonstrates that you know and appreciate his sense of humor. Every person has their own way of seeing the world, and humor is often a reflection of how we view life. By sending him texts that make him laugh, you're showing that you understand what he finds funny and that you value the way he expresses himself. Humor can be a great way to demonstrate emotional intelligence, knowing when he needs a laugh and when he needs a break from the stress in his life. It shows that you're not just there to support him when times are tough, but that you're also able to bring a smile to his face when things are going well. It's important to recognize that humor isn't just about sending jokes or trying to make him laugh constantly. It's about knowing when the timing is right. Sometimes sending a funny text when he's had a rough day or when he's feeling overwhelmed can provide a welcome relief. A well-timed joke or playful comment can help shift his mood and remind him that life isn't always so serious. When you send texts that bring laughter, you're giving him the gift of perspective, helping him see that things are not as bad as they might seem in the moment. Humor has a unique ability to lighten the load, and when used thoughtfully, it can create a sense of optimism and renewal in your relationship. Additionally, humor can also foster a sense of camaraderie between you and him. When you laugh together, it creates a shared experience that strengthens the connection. It's a way of showing that you're on the same team and you're in this together. Whether you're joking about something that happened during the day or making fun of each other in a loving way, these moments of shared laughter build a foundation of trust and mutual respect. It shows that you can take each other lightly without taking the relationship for granted, and that you value the fun and enjoyment that each other's company brings. One of the most significant benefits of sending funny texts is that it can turn an ordinary day into something memorable. Sometimes it's the small moments of humor that stick with you the longest. A funny text can be a little spark of joy in an otherwise average day, and when you both look back on it later, it will remind you of the lightness and connection you share. It's those moments of laughter that create memories, strengthen the emotional bond, and bring a sense of warmth and joy to the relationship. It also reinforces the idea that the relationship isn't just about fulfilling responsibilities or supporting each other during tough times. It's also about having fun, making each other laugh, and enjoying life together. Humor is also a great way to keep the spark alive in a relationship. Over time, as relationships evolve and become more comfortable, it's easy to slip into routine or become complacent. But sending a funny text reminds both partners to keep things fresh, spontaneous, and playful. It's a way to keep the energy high and ensure that the relationship doesn't become stagnant. Laughter is a powerful force. It helps keep things exciting, prevents the relationship from becoming too predictable, and adds a level of fun that ensures you're both enjoying the journey together. Ultimately, sending texts that make him laugh is a simple yet powerful way to strengthen your relationship. It adds joy, playfulness, and lightness to the everyday interactions between you. It's an invitation to share moments of happiness, even in the midst of stress or challenges. These funny texts are not just about cracking jokes. They're about building a deeper connection through shared laughter, creating a space where both of you can be yourselves and enjoy each other's company. When you make him laugh, you're doing more than just brightening his day. You're deepening your bond and ensuring that the relationship remains joyful, fun, and full of light.